Oh my God, Deeter, Bastian is coming back, and I am so excited. I hope you are too. Greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it is I, your Duke of Dope Discourse, Robert Meyer Burnett, and I invite you to watch and listen to the Designing Hollywood podcast, brought to you by Martika Ibarra and the great, legendary Hollywood costume designer, Marilyn Vance. I am afforded the wonderful opportunity of co-hosting the show. If you are interested in the magic of Hollywood, the design of Hollywood, the clothes of Hollywood, watch the Designing Hollywood podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts from, or find the video version on YouTube. That's right, the Designing Hollywood podcast. Why would you ever want to miss it, especially if you love the movies?
Tango Shalom is now available on all VOD
major platforms. I think we messed that up.
Video on demand, or as they say in the trade, VOD.
VOD.
Tango Shalom
is now available on all VOD platforms,
which means
video on demand.
Look how you know. You must be a high school graduate.
I'm a college graduate.
Really?
Yes.
I got an honorary degree from Hofstra. Did you get an honorary degree?
No, I got a degree.
Oh, well, I got honorary. You know, I'm in the Jewish Museum.
What for?
What do you mean? As a famous Jew in the Bronx. I'm in the famous...
I'm in the Prospect Park in the Stones.
How big is the stone?
Well, greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it is I, your Duke of Dope Discourse, your master of fun and wonder, your viceroy of verisimilitude, yada, 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 Robert Meyer Burnett. And this is episode 47 of Sing It With Me Now. Let's get physical media. And you know, he's been gone for too long. You've missed him. I've missed him. Everyone's favorite German, the man with the plan, the man all the way from Saarbrücken, Deutschland. It wouldn't be a show without Mr. Deeter, Bastian. Deeter, Bastian, how the fuck are you?
Rob, what can I say? You put me under a lot of pressure calling the show my triumphant return. So now it's on me to deliver physical media. So I say, here I am, rock you like a hurricane. And greetings, imagination connoisseurs, to Let's Get Physical Media and at the B&B Motel. And I have a lot of stuff to show. So Rob, why don't I go through the first batch? What I have to show.
I think that you should. You're jumping right into it. I'm
jumping right in.
If that's what you want to do,
they want to see physical media, and we always talk about other stuff and this and that. You know, why don't we start with a little bit of the first batch that I got?
Well, Deeter, if you're going to run the show, it's your show. I give the floor to you. Show me what you got, buddy. Lay it on me.
The first thing I will show is a drawing that I got from my good friend David Kogel that he did send to me, that he made for me from his muse, Cat, and she's a Hellraiser fan, like you can see.
Wow.
At the
boobs and the lament configuration. She has such sights to show you.
To show you, correct. So thanks, David, for this drawing he did for me. And Rob, your 50 cents on the casting of Jamie Clayton as the new Pinhead. For me, it's a really nice choice.
I think it's very interesting. You know, I've always wanted a pin-headed woman to tear my soul apart, so I'm all for it.
Yeah,
bring it on.
But it will be on Hulu. Am I correct, Rob?
I think so.
Movie for Hulu.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's jump right in with a little bit of music for physical media. I almost missed that this album was coming out, but thanks to YouTube, I stumbled across the single video, the new Dee Snider album. Leave a Scar. Dee Snider is back. So it's probably a little bit more for midnight metal, but of course, Dee Snider, best frontman in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Get it? No. Leave a Scar with the single is called I Gotta Rock Again.
Of course he does.
Because only he knows how to do it. The next one, I'm not really the biggest fan of Pink Floyd, but this album was the one I saw them on tour. It has come out now separately. It's the Momentary
Lapse of Reason.
They have that big box set, but now they're doing some individual releases of those titles. And here we have the album remastered in 5.1. I will quickly open it up, show the insides. It's a little bit, I would say, it's a little bit pricey considering the
what do we care?
Of the box.
I mean, when have we ever cared about price?
So we have a nice booklet that comes with the lyrics.
How much did that? What was that? The Hunger Games book you showed? What was that book you showed?
That was.
How much did that cost, Deeter?
More pricey.
Did you care? Did you care?
No,
did you ever stop and think, "Wow, this is too pricey. I'm not going to buy it"? No, you didn't.
I was surprised when you checked about the price now, and the price was a little bit gone up.
Yeah, it's a valuable thing you have there.
You've got the CD and the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray has some videos on it too from that album. And I would probably say this is more David Gilmour solo record.
Yes.
Considering he's done most of the songs, but since I saw them on the tour, I had to get it, and I have a friend, who is a huge Pink Floyd fan, and he has that big box set with all the releases. So this is an individual release for a momentary lapse of reason. Then 1 or 2 weeks ago now, when you were seeing Dune with Dave, I did a show with Terry about the thing.
Yeah,
and
my friend in Norway co-ops my friend in Germany. You fucking Europeans. I mean, people are going to take you away from me. Do I have to put you under contract? What's up? Come on.
Send me the contract, Rob.
Because you don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate, right?
Yeah, I know.
It ain't show friends, it's show business. I'm okay. You go to Norway if you want. No, I love Terry.
We talked a little bit private, and he did send me a link for this band, and I watched the clip. And what I didn't know, they had John Delancey, who played Q in Star Trek Next Generation, not only on a movie screen, he was there live on the bridge and doing the telling of the story while there was music.
Wow!
Playing. So the music is Arion. It's called. Let me just Electric Life Castle. Unfortunately, Terry, I haven't watched it. I will get back to you and tell you what I think about it. So
that's cool.
A little bit of a diggy. So I bought it after Terry put me on the spot to this.
He doesn't put me on the spot.
One, yeah.
I don't get the love.
The next one, Vinegar Syndrome, Rob. I totally forgot that I had pre-ordered it, and then it came. Ticks came in, and it has.
They do such. I'm waiting for my. Oh no, that's from '88 Films. What great packaging that is.
Yeah, and who would ever thought, Rob? Let me just check that we would get a movie like Ticks in 4K.
You know what? Will wonders never cease?
Yeah. So thanks, Vinegar Syndrome, for putting stuff like this out in 4K already, again, with a sturdy box. So, Ticks from Vinegar Syndrome. Haven't seen that probably since the VHS days. The next one, I think I read in the live chat last week. I wasn't available for that, but I skimmed through the live chat. And I have to send it back because before the show I opened it and then I detected the steelbook is not particularly good, so I will send it back. But I think our lovely Willow Yang loves this movie, as one of my favorites of the year, Nobody.
Ooh.
This is the steelbook, and I don't know if you can see it here.
Yeah, it looks all...
Here.
But how do you know it's not supposed to be like that?
It's probably not. Be supposed. Can I?
The dent. I don't know. It looks like it was beat to shit.
Yeah. And I already did the usual thing, exchange, because I wanted a little bit without the dents. Considering the color, you can't see it immediately, but I opened it and oh, damn, this is not in the condition I want that steelbook. So I will have to do an exchange.
Okay.
I love the first season. I think the second season has a little bit of a lower rating, but I haven't seen it, and I bought it on Blu-ray like the first. Even it's on Netflix. The Haunting of Bly Manor.
Nice.
The news from Mike Flanagan, and it comes with special features again, audio commentary on it, and I think some making of too, but I haven't seen it. The Haunting of Bly Manor. Then one of my favorite films of the year, like I told you, it's Riders of Justice, and I did a little review with Paul on Twinflix's channel.
Oh wait, you went on someone else's channel?
Yeah, he asked me. We talked a little about Riders of Justice, but it's not about Riders of Justice. It's about the director of the movie, because in the comments, Martin Johansson said the previous works of the director are good movies too. And to my surprise, Rob, in Germany, there is a 4-movie collection with all 4 movies of the director before Riders of Justice in it.
Wow.
So this was a nice Schnäppchen. So the movies are Ben and Chicken, Adam's Apple, Danish Delights, and Flickering Lights. The only problem is one movie of the 4 doesn't have German subtitles, so I will have to watch the German dub. But this is a 4-movie collection with all the movies from director. Let me just check.
That's cool.
His name again. It should say on the back from A.T. Jensen. Okay. So 4 movies from that. Then Cat in the Box, The Maid, Angel of Death. Hope it's good.
Is that Korean?
It's Taiwanese, I believe.
Oh, nice.
Just check.
You know, La Lisa of Blackpink is Taiwanese.
Yeah. It's a Thailandish movie. The next one, a sci-fi from Grindstone, and we all, I think, love Thomas Jane. I don't know if it's good. Warning.
Hey, it's set in space, right?
Yep, it's set in space. But considering it's low budget, it doesn't come with any quote for the movie, so I don't know. Warning. And the last one of the first of 4 batches, Renegades from Mill Creek in this nice little VHS edition, but I haven't seen the movie in a long time, so I have no remembrance, just that I watched it back in the day. But it's nice that it's out on Blu-ray now. Renegades with Kiefer Sutherland and Lou Diamond Phillips.
Nice.
So, Rob, this was my first.
By the way,
first
La
batch.
Lisa's not. She's Thai. She's not from Taiwan. She's from Thailand.
Okay.
I just want to point that out. I was.
Okay.
It's early.
My first batch, Rob. My first batch.
Oh well, I don't have a lot because I was here last week, right? But you know what I do have?
Correct.
I mean, I've got some things, but you know what I have? Now, admittedly, it's only a DVD.
Oh, Tango Shalom. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Look at that.
you know, it's not often that you can show a movie that you made that's now on physical media on this show, because I haven't made a film that's come out on physical media while we've done the show. Here it is, the beautiful DVD of Tango Shalom. I'm still working on trying to get them. Our distributor doesn't do 4K or Blu-ray, so I'm thinking maybe I'll crowdfund it, whatever. It was mastered in 4K, so I can make it. But here it is. I'm actually surprised. What's really funny about this is I've never seen the movie in standard def because I worked on it in 4K. It was native. It was shot 5K, and then I mastered it in 4. So it was interesting to go back and look at it. It looks pretty good. I was like, this looks.
Okay.
It sounds good. Looks good. The sound mix is great. It's not expensive. So there you go. Tango Shalom. You can take it home if you want to.
Any extensive 6-hour special features?
There's nope,
this
nothing on it.
No.
I have done a documentary that's why I want to see if I can get. I might have to crowdfund it, which it's kind of like Synapse. Instead of call it crowdfunding, but it's like it'd be like pre-order. If you want to get the 4K or a Blu-ray, you'd pre-order it, and then you'd get it sent direct. So yeah. Another thing I got. I mean, I had to bust on the 4K Suicide Squad. Oh yeah. By the way, this looks fantastic. It really, really looks tremendous.
Great.
It looks great.
Yeah, since the movie was filmed with IMAX cameras, I believe, the whole way through.
Yes, I mean it looks incredible. It looks incredible. Now, this is a very controversial disc. Thank you to the lovely Emma Bannon, because without Emma Bannon, like you in Germany, Emma Bannon finds things. I don't know how she knows me so well. I mean, maybe we're soulmates or something, but she always knows to find things that I like. So she got me the HMV version of Inglourious Bastards in 4K. Of course, it's the special edition. It comes with lots of fun stuff. First of all, a bunch of really cool still photographs, which I will slide out of the container here if I can. And these are actually pretty. I like when they come with these cool, still frames. I mean, and these are really good, great reproductions. That's the classic photo from the end. Melanie. I love this movie, and then also it has this cool booklet, which is really well done. Now, here's the thing here's the question that everyone's been asking: the transfer. I have to say, it was a little disappointing to me. I don't know if it's a 2K upscale. It still looks really good, but it doesn't look as good as I think it should look. Now, I don't know why, but I just expected more of a pop to it. And I mean, it's not that it looks bad; it looks good, but I'm wondering if there's no reason. We have lots of 2K upscales to 4K, but I would think that this was the kind of movie that would be mastered in 4K, and I don't know if it was or not. But it still looks good. I really like this special edition. It's a lot of fun, very cool to have, all that. So thank you to the lovely Emma Bannon, who always gets me these HMV special editions, which are very, very cool. So, between like what Zavi does and all that. And then the last thing, I think the highlight of my week finally came in. You know how I love my Studio Canal 4K special editions, and this one is a doozy. I can't believe it exists. Joe Dante's seminal movie, The Howling. Did you get it?
Yeah.
This is a beautiful restoration. Different disc for them. Real, as you know, very, very. The packaging is great. The transfer is terrific, and again, it's chock-a-block full of stills and all kinds of stuff. A lot of people say, well, why do you care about that? Look, all I care about is the movie. I really, that's all that matters. There's
the end of the day.
There's a poster, but it's fun to have, like it's a cool artifact. I love this movie. I saw this movie opening night in the theater in 1981. And I still love Rob Bottin's werewolf transformation effects. People forget that Robert Picardo, the emergency medical hologram from Voyager, stars in this movie. He played, let me give you a piece of my mind, as he pulls a bullet out of his forehead. I love this movie, and it was, again, one of the great things about the modern age is being able to get these new 4K transfers. They look, Studio Canal is killing it. They're crushing it. So it was great to pick this one up. So those are the 4 titles that I have. And I have to tell you, there's not a lot of stuff until the end of November that I don't even know if I've ordered things that are coming out in the next week or two. So I don't know if I'm going to have things show. I've got things like I ordered, what is it, Robotrix?
Great.
I did. I ordered the special edition. I had to get it from Amazon UK because it was out at 88 Films. So I picked that up. And there's a couple things I've got coming from various places. But and I think there's a Neon Genesis Evangelion set that's coming out. And
correct. Yeah.
And you know what I have to say? I ordered some discs from Arrow. Yeah. I ordered 6 discs. 3 of them came, 3 of them didn't. And now I've gone into my Arrow account, and that order has disappeared. I have a confirmation of it via email, but when you go in and you see what you've ordered, my order is not there. So I've contacted them, like it was the bird with crystal plumage and cat of nine tails in 4K. I'm like, where did Arrow? What happened to my discs? Did you sell out of them? Like Arrow, please help me, Arrow. You're my only hope. I don't know what happened to that, so I've been waiting for those discs, and I've sent them a letter, and I don't know. So that's a weird thing, but yeah. So that's that.
They didn't reach back to you.
I haven't heard back. No, it's very odd. Maybe they just don't like me. And the thing is, I love Arrow. You know, I'm always singing their praises. Yeah. So, what are you going to do?
Probably they look into it and get back to you.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I have to wait for people to get back to me. Don't like it.
No. Considering people getting back to you, did you had time to call Adam Robitel and ask about Escape Room? Which version is actually the originally planned version of the second one?
You know what? I did not. To be honest, I totally forgot.
But think about it, Rob, because the two versions are really, really different. I would just like to know which is actually the first script version and what was the second choice of those two movies.
I will do
Rob,
that.
Let's go a little bit back. Around May, you asked me if I wasn't upset. There is a character named Deeter, and he is annoying. And I said to you, I was just happy that someone is called Deeter as a character in Army of Dead. So, Rob, 1 week ago, I watched Army of Thieves.
And what did you think?
Bad. Garbage.
But you like garbage.
I didn't get the good reviews of the movie at all. But for me, it was a taste of freedom, Rob, because we did find out, spoiler alert, that his name is actually not Deeter.
It's not Deeter. That's the character he drew when he was a young child.
Yeah, correct. And Deeter, Rob, to my knowledge, is not a surname at all. So that for me was, okay, I'm free now, and I'm lucky that the character actually isn't called Deeter. So, Rob, you have seen it.
Yes.
And what did you for?
I thought it was as entertaining as Army of the Dead.
Considering
did not like them.
There was similitude, you know. In the while the LKW is driving, I didn't know Sebastian had super hearing. You know.
You know what I did. You know what I did like. I did like that the safes were named after Wagner operas. Goethe Damerung, you know? Tristan and Issel. You know, no, Goethe. I like that. I like that. You know.
Good idea, but considering just the safe thing, just hearing clickety click, you know, we get into the CGI sequence like when Fast and Furious does the last sequence, you know. For me, it didn't work on any level. Not the humor, not the action. So for me, I don't know where the good reviews for Army of Thieves are coming from. But okay, what can you do? Rob, last week you showed a movie. I wanted to ask you if you had time to watch it yet. Violation.
No.
Didn't.
I did. You know what though? I started it and I didn't get back to it, but because I had to leave. But I'm interested. I'm glad I bought it. That was a cat in the bag for me. And you know, I was surprised. I've heard good things about it. You know, I have to say that there's been a lot of lower budget horror films that have been quite good this year. You know, Barbara Crampton was in a great little vampire movie that
Jacob's
Wife, which I really liked. I love her. She's adorable. Yeah. And I can't believe she's like 62 years old now. And then there's just a bunch of stuff. I mean, we could do a whole show on how low budget horror and sci-fi is killing it lately. So that's exciting.
Totally. So, Rob, we have a lot of letters, I would say. Let's do a letter.
Well, all right then. Let's do a letter. I sent you a lot of letters.
A lot of letters. Okay. Let's start with Brian Knight, who says, Rob and the gentleman from Warner Brothers. If you want to release a Patrick Stewart movie, then release the 1980 Ricky Schroeder, Alex Guinness, Patrick Stewart movie, Little Lord Fauntleroy. Made during the prequel Star Wars movies. You would swear Obi-Wan is a Earl in an English castle at the turn of the 1900s. From Brian. I don't know the movie, Rob, unfortunately.
Yeah, me neither, but I'd watch it.
Okay. And, Rob, Omar. Omar is here.
No. Omar94 wrote a letter?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Correct. What can I say? Hi, Rob, and guten Abend, Deeter. With the rise in popularity of streaming, I began to think about how that affects home media. We all do always, Omar. There was a time when home media would help movies make money for studios when those movies did not do well in theaters. With that, especially because of streaming, that became less common since pretty much all studios have streaming services now. So after the movie comes out in theaters, it goes straight onto the streaming service.
Right.
While there are those who still get home media, it's not as popular as it used to be. I don't know if I'm right about this, but if there were no streaming services, I'm sure home media would be more popular and may still help studios make money on movies which were not hits in theaters. That's just what I think, but I'm sure you two may think otherwise. Thanks, live long and prosper. Omar, I don't think any other way than you on this topic. Considering how big DVD sales were back in the day, where they got really a push for some movies. I don't know if the comparison would be the same today, but Rob?
The market is nowhere near where it was. I mean, traditionally over the last 10 years, the physical media market has dropped. When I say physical media, that means DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, has dropped 15 to 20% every year. So and then it drops 15 to 20% of where it was after it's dropped. So it's been steadily decreasing to the point where it's still profitable, but you're talking something that might have done 20 billion in sales or 15 billion in sales is down to like 3. Yeah. And that's across the board. Now, what has gone up is obviously streaming and digital and downloads and things like that, but still, people are, it's just the world has changed, and youth, the collector market is usually a youth oriented, when you get older, you collect supercars and first edition books that cost like Boris Balkan from the Ninth Gate. I think youth drives the collector's market, and when unfortunately kids today, they're not buying physical media. They're not. It's become a niche thing. I mean, a lot of people. I think one of the things about collecting has always been it's an externalization of your personality. When you walk into and I judge people. I'm Judgy McJudgerson. When I go into someone's house, I look at their books or lack thereof, and I look at their physical media and I judge them. Like, you read that shit?
I know that.
You have The Secret? Come on now. So I do. I mean, I judge people rightly or wrongly. But I think that this is for the last 20 years, I mean, I've been told on more than one occasion, putting a disc in a machine is so 20th century of you. And it does, it makes me feel that way. But to me, there's still artifacts. And 4K discs, great 4K transfers is still the best way to watch movies.
Yeah, totally. So, Omar, we are on the same page with you. The next one is again from Brian Knight. And he said, Robert and Deeter, if you were to watch a single movie per day from your collection, how long would it take to watch every movie or TV series without repeats, not counting duplicate copies of movies you own? Just finished cataloging my DVDs, and it would take me about 3 years to watch 845 DVDs, but not counting boxed TV series. Brian,
yeah.
Sorry, I can't answer that question because I don't know how much titles I have.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you how long it would take.
I would say I probably have somewhere between 3,000 to 3,500 discs, and I'm trying to pare that down. Not 9 years. So. Well, but if you include TV series, like Star Trek: The Next Generation is one box set, and then all the special features. So the Star Trek The Next Generation box set has 178 episodes at 45 minutes an episode. And then we've probably created 20, if you listen to the commentaries and everything, 20 to 30 hours of special features. So that's a pretty hefty, that's one box.
Brian, we would be busy.
I mean, I've often thought that, I was reading about, I think it was it Swedish? I think it was Swedish. The Swedes, somebody would have to correct me on this, maybe whether it's one of our Swedish viewers, you know who they are, Stubble McShave could weigh in on this, but I read that there's a process where people, as they get on in life and they know that their mortality is facing them in the face, that they get rid of their stuff. So by the time you pass away, you don't have anything left. And I kind of like that idea. I mean, I like this idea that, okay, what if you reach a point where, okay, I'm gonna watch my physical media, like that Howling disc. I'm gonna watch everything that's on it, all the commentaries, all the special features, look at all the swag, and then I'm gonna find somebody that would want it and pass it on. So you could literally bequeath, and all these books and everything I've got around me. I don't know if I'd want to get rid of my Hot Toys, but
so you're doing the Kwai Chang Caine thing. You're going on a stroll.
Yeah, I mean, walk the earth. But to give like it would kind of be fun because people would have to be younger, and I don't know. I mean, are people, if you're in your 20s or even 30s, are you collecting physical media? I mean, some people do, but. And it would be kind of nice, like if you found a great horror fan that didn't get the Studio Canal Howling, wanted it, and just give it away.
Or hasn't seen Martyrs,
Oh yeah. No, you can't have my Martyrs disc. But I'm not gonna. By the way, I'm not doing that now. So don't write in with your lists of all the things. Here's what I've seen Rob show. Rob, if you want to give away these discs, I'd love that box set of Flash Gordon. Here you go. Why don't you send me those 5 Carpenter 4K box sets? Yeah, I'll take them all.
And the Thing, because it has the same.
Well, that's what I mean. The 5, you get the Thing, you get They Live, you get Prince of Darkness, you get The Fog, and you get Escape from New York.
Yeah,
and then all the other weird John Carpenter discs that you've got, the Arrow version, the Universal 4K, like whatever. I'll take them all. I mean, that'd be kind of fun. I'll give them all to you.
Okay. So the next letter comes from Tom Jr. Jackson, and he writes,
wait. I gotta tell.
Okay.
I would be remiss if I didn't say to Tom or ask Tom, did you know that Kino Lorber is releasing William Friedkin's superlative To Live and Die in L.A., the 1985 masterstroke To Live and Die in L.A. on 4K?
He's
probably
losing it right now. Right?
I'm sure Tom is sitting there going,
brought this news to him.
You know what? He's probably, I can see him like Stubble McShave whenever they release something new from Wheel of Time. I imagine his 6'5" frame. He just dances around his apartment naked. I think that Tom Jr. Jackson is doing exactly that right now. He's telling whoever's near, if his parents are near, or siblings, or even he's thrown open the windows, and instead of saying, I'm as mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore, he's like, Kino Lorber is releasing To Live and Die in L.A. in 4K. Oh my God.
But we don't have a release date yet.
No, I know.
Oh, no.
But we do have a letter from Tom Jr. Jackson.
Yeah. And he writes, Rob, hello once again, disciple of discourse, Rob, and the king of dumpster, physical media, Deeter.
The king of...
Yes, I have returned with yet another letter. Today, I want to write about the brilliance of a small film that is perfect for this time of year. A Christmas Carol? Just kidding. Today, we're talking about Joe Dante's film, The Burbs. One of my favorites, Tom Jr. Jackson, which is called My Deadly Neighbors in Germany.
Because, the Germans can't... You have to... As we all know from you, if a movie's... What is that? Do you have the word... Does the word suburbia even exist in German?
Yes, Vorort, I would say.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I miss your German lessons. That used to be a highlight of the show for me, but you haven't taught us any German words in months.
Unfortunately, but You still live, Rob. You still live.
I know, but I'm a lesser man.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm
Ever
diminished.
since 1989, when I was a kid, just become a teenager, I have loved this film. Not just because of the story, but of the amusing cast, but we will get to that in a moment. Why this film? Well, because I happen to have the collector's edition of the film on Blu-ray that is put out by Universal Pictures in Shout Factory under the label Shout Selects number 44 on the spine. Let's get into the amazing cast that is in this film first. We have Tom Hanks, Carrie Fisher, Corey Feldman, and Bruce Dern, with special appearances by Gail Gordon, who was on such shows as Dennis the Menace and many of Lucille Ball's shows. Henry Gibson from Lev In and the Blues Brothers as the head Nazi. And Brother Theodore, a German-born American actor and stand-up comedian. The Burbs is the story of Ray and his quest to spend a quiet week at home on vacation, whereas his wife would like him to go to the lake with the family for the week. Then you have Ray's neighbors, conspiracy theorist, art, and military man Rumsfeld, who both try to convince Ray that the new neighbors are up to something, so some shenanigans in the neighborhood. One moment after another, this film has some classic moments, including a chant right up Rob's alley: Satan is good, Satan is your friend, I want to kill everyone. Come on,
yeah.
I know the PGS can hear that chant from Rob, but I digress. This Blu-ray has it all: a commentary with the original author, interviews with the cast, an alternate ending, and a workprint version of the film that includes deleted and extended scenes. Workprint is like the director's original vision for the film. Am I right, Rob? From my perspective, Tom, Workprint is just put everything in it, what you have shot, and then trim it down. Rob, you can correct me on that? Workprint?
Yeah, I mean,
Workprint is...
a work print is an unfinished, say, version of the film, but a work print is just you don't really have work prints anymore because you're not finishing on film because you know everything's digital. But so sometimes work prints, like I think I have to mention one of the most exciting announcements I've ever heard for home video is Second Sight uncovered the 3.5-hour version of George Romero's film Martin, his vampire film, and they're going to put it on their disc, which is incredible. I mean, they thought it was lost forever, and they found it. Incredible. For my bar mitzvah, my uncle Jerry, who he was in exhibition, bought me a 16mm print of Martin that I used to show all my friends. It was so much fun to bring out. We actually had a 16mm projector, and to show Martin on 16mm was very, very cool. And I can't wait to get that. So I don't know if you would call that a work print or something, but it's cool that whenever you can get that kind of stuff, it's great.
Yeah. Wasn't there... I remember Other Hard Target, the French version, who has that work print.
Yeah, I got to get that because one of the cool things that used to happen, one of the great things about living in LA, people always call me a shill and I'm part of the Access Media. I'm not, but who cares? What's cool though is there was a bootleg version, that VHS version of John Woo's original cut of Hard Target. And for those of you who don't know, Hard Target
circling around.
Yeah, and Hard Target was John Woo's first American film. And when he delivered it to Universal, they're like, "What's with all the slow motion? You know, the doves and all the signature." It's like this is typical Hollywood. Some executive hears that, "Ooh, John Woo's really popular." Like, "Oh my God, The Killer and Hard Target and Bullet in the Head and A Better Tomorrow." Like he's this huge, and so somebody hires him. They haven't watched his movies. They don't know why, you know. And then he goes and makes a movie, and he makes Hard Target. His version of Hard Target is so much better. It's so much better than the version that was released in theaters. I mean, I liked Hard Target as a action programmer, but John Woo's version is way better. And you know, I want to get that French version because that version is not on the American 4K.
Yeah. But be prepared for a rough quality, Rob.
Yeah, it's going to be rough.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
So, yeah, the work print was on this disc, and then he writes, if you like classic horror comedies, then The Burbs is the movie for you. One of the best black comedies out there. Well, thanks a lot. Hope my letter wasn't too long for Deeter. That one is coming. Oh, so join me for my next letter, which will be a review of Gosford Park. And until then, remember, God is dead. Robert Meyer Burnett, I mean Satan lives. Tom Jr. Jackson.
Well, I was only Rosemary's Burnett during October of this year. So now I've become now I'm back to I've left the coven. And besides, I didn't like Satan's plan for public education. I don't think he's going to be good for the kids. So infrastructure bill, he didn't have one. So I didn't, I couldn't support the Antichrist taking over. I was like, what, the Antichrist at least will get shit done. But then I realized, the stuff he's going to get done, or it's going to get done, or he swaps genders, she, he, it, whatever his personal pronouns are, switch depending on who you're dealing with. But I don't think that Satan had the kind of public works mentality that I was looking for from the Antichrist. So,
okay, another letter, Rob, from Omar.
No,
again,
you're kidding.
He's back. Hi, Rob, and guten Abend, Dieter. Because of how Zack Snyder Justice League came out on home media, even though it originally came out online, I started thinking about that idea. Most of the time, movies come out on home media after they came out in theaters, and TV shows come out on home media sometime after they aired. However, it seems as now we are getting home media for movies and TV shows, which came out online from streaming. I mentioned how the Snyder Cut came out on home media, but also Stranger Things came out on home media, which originally came out on streaming. I want to intersect here. As far as I know, Stranger Things was only a special target released in the US. That is not a title that is available in Germany on disc. As I remember, considering Stranger Things. I mean,
are you a Stranger Things fan?
Yeah, totally.
Did you watch the trailer for season 4?
No, Rob, because I restrain myself from watching trailers for stuff I will watch anyway.
Are you trying to say you're better than me? Is that what you're trying to say?
No.
Okay.
I don't have to watch trailers when I will watch season 4 anyway. You don't have to hype me for stuff like that.
You don't want to know? You're not even curious to see where it's going to go?
I'm not like Rob. I don't have to know every detail before I get into it.
All right.
Let me get my surprises when the show will come.
Okay.
Trailers are good for stuff that I don't know what is this. I haven't heard about a specific movie. But big stuff like, when is the new Spider-Man trailer coming out? I don't care, Rob, because I won't watch that trailer. I will watch Spider-Man anyway in the theaters. I don't have to watch that trailer, and I don't care when the trailer is coming.
Did you see Eternals?
Unfortunately, not, Rob. There's only one English screening at my multiplex, and it would be right at this time. But I rather do Let's Get Physical Media than to
as well. You should.
The show
I mean,
another week.
I mean, I have to say that if someone's going to pinch hit for you, one of the great home video executives of all time can step into Let's Get Physical Media. Thanks, shout out to George Feltenstein, who did an admirable job. He might not be my favorite German, but he's one of my favorite people. So if you'd missed two episodes in a row, I would have said, go work with Terry again, buddy.
Correct. So I said,
come on now.
No to Eternals. Probably I will check if I can do something for next week, but I will probably have to watch it in German. Rob. Can I?
I saw. Let me flex a bit. Yeah. I saw House of Gucci the other night.
I saw it on Instagram, and you said it was good, but not that.
It was. Awesome. I enjoyed watching it, but I think there's a big turn in the story that I was perplexed by, and I thought it was long. But I have to say this. First of all, Tom Ford is a character in the movie, and if I could work out more, if I dropped 50 pounds and was a little bit more svelte, I would only wear Tom Ford clothes everywhere I went. I wear his cologne everywhere I go, his Black Orchid cologne. and he's a character in the movie because he, of course, in the mid-'90s, Tom Ford, they basically kind of, Gucci discovered him and he revitalized the brand. And I'm like, I wonder if they're going to touch on that. Yes, they did. So that was cool. But Lady Gaga and Jared Leto crush it. I mean, Lady Gaga is, who would have thought that she's a treasure, man. That woman, and I didn't know, they said that Ridley Scott was going to be at the screening and that Jared Leto was going to be at the screening. But afterwards, fucking Gaga stepped out on stage, Adam Driver stepped out on stage, Jared Leto came, Ridley Scott came, and it was great. It was great. I enjoyed it. I will say this though, I could tell when I was watching the film, I'm like, I bet this movie was made very quickly. And when I was reading the credits, shout out to Just a Brown Girl. Just a Brown Girl this was the second screening she took me to that I could go to. She invited me to another one, but I couldn't go to see it. But I even said to her when the credits were rolling, it showed that there were 4 camera crews, A, B, C, and D cam. Ooh. And I said to her, I go, this movie was made really quickly. It was made very fast. And I could tell because the way it was cut, it wasn't as composed as Ridley Scott's other movies. And I thought it worked for the film. So he got up and he said, we finished this movie 2 weeks early. So they had budgeted and scheduled the film out. They finished 2 weeks early. And I was like blown away by that. Blown away. And of course, I think Ridley he had The Last Duel come out and then he had this come out the next month. So I think Ridley Scott is chasing, he's what, 83 now? So
around that age.
If he's going to make 2 movies a year for the rest of his life, good on him. But it's good. I mean, House of Gucci is good. I liked it.
Yeah.
I didn't love it.
Just a little bit, Rob, on the Eternals. I haven't seen it. And we know it's divisive amongst audience, amongst critics. Would the movie be better if it were simply not connected to the MCU and would be a standalone movie?
I think that it could absolutely have been a standalone movie. And I'll tell you this, even though it's about the Marvel Universe and it has enormous implications for the MCU, it doesn't have the major ties to the MCU because so it doesn't. I mean, I really love the Eternals, and I find myself thinking about it. Is it a great movie? Is it a great Marvel movie? I liked it. I will die on this hill. I really like the Eternals. I like the different kind of pacing. There are things I think about all the time that I liked, that it touched on, and the cosmology of it I was very interested in. And the things that I loved about the movie are people are like they're not even addressing those things in their reviews, but I really liked it, Okay. And it did reinforce the idea that Gemma Chan to me might be one of the most beautiful people walking the face of the earth, and I would listen to her read the phone book. Just saying.
Great to know. So let's get back to the letter because we.
Oh right, there was a letter.
Yeah, the letter. It was about Stranger Things come out on home media, which originally came out on streaming. I don't know if this will be the norm now, but I don't know how well it will do, only because if it already came out online, I don't see why people will buy it on home media, because they can already watch it online. Now, granted, I don't collect home media, so I'm not the person to speak to about that. I'm guessing you will both do that, since you are both avid home media collectors. Thanks,
yes.
Live long and prosper, Oma. Oma, that is why sometimes I bring out Netflix stuff, because some of those stuff I would buy if they would put it out, like Squid Game. If they would put out a nice package of the series. Rob, and you're now doing your series with S. You finished it. The hype is real, or isn't it, Rob?
It is
the
real.
Hype is real.
You know what's really funny? There was a lot of contrarians that like, why would you spend this time doing a show about Squid Game? And I'm like, I thought Squid Game was really compelling, and someone said, well, I stopped watching it after episode 5. I'm like, bruh. If you didn't watch episode 6, I mean, it's a fascinating show. I mean, I really love it. I think it's great, and there's a reason why it's become a zeitgeist show. It's sort of captured, I think, coming out of the pandemic and the way people are feeling about the world at large. I think Squid Game has a lot going on. It has a lot to say, and I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah. And that's why
I never want to play it though.
Bring out and considering I will get to some live chats, and I remember one in the live chat asked if the sets for Squid Game were CGI or built. As far as I know, but Rob can correct me on that, the set from Red Light Greenland was an actual set. As far
as I know, I mean, obviously there are some shots like the overhead shot of the roof closing and the island. I mean, that's by the way, sends in a diamond in the rough. I think the sets were built, like the M.C. Escher staircase. I think that was built.
A great series. So Rob, more physical media and stuff.
You've got more to show, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Stuff you already shown, Rob. You've got it. I've got it too now.
Just one step.
The legend.
Yeah, I love that.
The legend set.
By the way, have you watched it? It's beautiful. It's a beautiful set.
Unfortunately, not Rob.
By the way, dude, where's my Dune? Is my Dune gonna come before Christmas? What's
Rob,
up? Come on, son.
I'm waiting on it. You showed this last week, Rob, but I didn't think you opened it up. And what was great, you did show the sticker on it. Watch it on PS5, which was a nostalgia trip for me back in the day when the sticker was watch it on PS3. Right? When the first Blu-rays came out. I've got my Underworld box set too, Rob, and I believe you didn't open it last week.
I didn't. I've opened it now. It's pretty good, man.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And what I like is that you get a slipcase and behind it other covers.
First of all, Kate Beckinsale is talk about a crush. Whenever you watch Kate Beckinsale in the real world or when she's on a talk show or whatever, you can't not love her. Yeah. But yeah, the box set's great. They did a great job.
Yeah. For me, it's a great companion piece to our Resident Evil box set.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. You can't have Resident Evil and not have Underworld. Come on now.
Two different franchises, but somehow they feel connected.
Yeah, and the horror. Whether it's somebody's got to do the definitive Saw 4K box set too, because I'd like to have that as well.
It would be probably
because I got my Halloween boxes, so.
Yeah. Considering Saw is still probably ongoing for some time.
Absolutely.
Let me just check. Where's the problem here? Here's the problem. Here is the problem. So for me, really a nice set. And I watched the first one yesterday. For me, still great. And I was really surprised when it came out back in the day. What Len Wiseman put on screen for 20 million. For me, it looked way more expensive than the budget for the movie actually was. And it's great. It has this nice seal where the old vampires are in it.
Yep.
So really nice Underworld box. And the sticker says watch it on PS5, not PS3 anymore.
Which it's funny because I actually my multi-region Sony player is disconnected from my main screen, and I've been watching on PS5. I can't watch international discs on it, but
Sony disc on at mostly region free. Mostly.
I gotta say, I love the PS5, dude. Can I talk about my love for the PS5? It's boundless.
Of course. The next one, you probably haven't shown it, Rob. Star Trek, the original series, the steelbook sets.
I know those are cool. I have the 50th anniversary set, so and I know I really like those. I think those are actually really cool.
And considering how many discs they are really, really heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Considering, and I love the theme, the yellow, blue, and red. Where's the last one?
Command, Sciences, and Support, or look at
Star
that.
Trek, the original series. So I probably can get rid of my first season on HD DVD now.
Yeah, I would love to see you do that. Burn it. Who's gonna buy it?
No way, Rob. No way. Good old classic HD DVD. Okay. So the next one, last week was actually, we all know, Halloween, and you did that great epic midnight metal for 8 hours, and Dave went all in with his costume, and Rob thought, I put on a cool sweater. I will show that guy how to dress up.
I was a member of Sword, and by the way, you know what? Me falling asleep, and I ended the stream. I forgot to turn it off, but I'm like, okay, it's time to go. And it was worth it.
Do the rest for me.
Terrier made a Squid Game video using that shot and put gas there and a Squid Game guard that I was sleeping. I mean, look, you know what? At least I didn't snore. I was, but nobody.
That would happen with me, Rob.
I got to give it up to Xevious, who did the artwork for this show. Xevious did my favorite, where he actually put like na na na. Na 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 na, and then he put a little push in, and he had me listen, man. This has got a thing, and I fell asleep. I can only imagine. Can you imagine if like I have to go like apply for a job? Like I always get these apply for this position at like Netflix or Amazon. I can only imagine going through their HR department, and they're like, "Are you the same Rob Burnett who did Midnight Metal and fell asleep on camera?" I'm like, "Yes." Well, we can't hire you. You're problematic for us. I guess I gotta start expanding that YouTube crowd.
So, considering Halloween, I watched a movie before the show, which I haven't thought about a Halloween pick, and I don't have any special editions to show because I have special editions enough, and this is the first one from Second Sight, Rob. The Guest.
Oh, I wanted to pick that up. Second Sight is the best.
Yeah,
that's
totally.
What a great special edition. I really like that movie, by the way.
Totally love it, Rob. And considering the transfer, Rob, the transfer is a new supervised transfer by Adam Wingard. It has a new color grading from him, and it comes with a new audio commentary, which I listened to a little bit in the afternoon. And what was great from the new audio commentary in the Godzilla versus Kong audio commentary, he mentioned there is a pause about 2 or 3 minutes. And he remembers that he didn't pause. So there was perhaps some censoring in the Godzilla versus Kong audio commentary.
Wow.
So these are the inside. The Guest, we have the soundtrack. The
I need to get that.
And the 4K. And it comes, we know the ending of the movie takes place at the rec center. So you have some cards for that Halloween dance at the rec center. And this, Rob, I didn't order it from Amazon. I really ordered it from Second Sight themselves. And considering we know that Amazon is not the best considering the packages, this came in pristine condition, big box set. On the outside, so probably for the next Second Sight stuff, I will probably go with the company itself.
I mean, I love Second Sight, but they wouldn't send Dawn of the Dead to the United States.
And look at this, Rob. Look at this fat book with storyboards, and script pages.
That's so dope.
Yeah, really, really great special edition, and. We have some other cards too. And I still love the movie. But I can't tell you how much the color grading differs considering the old Blu-ray. I didn't made a comparison this afternoon. But in the audio commentary, they talk about they are watching the old Blu-ray version while they're doing the new commentary. and he said, I don't watch that Blu-ray anymore, considering he changed the color grading.
Yeah.
So those are the cards in it. And what is great about the audio commentary, normally audio commentaries are done before a movie comes out. And now
they have to be.
A little bit. Now they can a little bit talk about more how the movie was received back in the day. And they thought it was a failure and something like this. They talk about test screenings, and they try to make the audio commentary different to the original one they did back in the day, so that you don't have the They talk about, so they don't talk about the same stuff. That
Well,
they
having
did
perspective
on the
too. I mean, I've found that
Yeah.
it's always interesting when I've gone back and produced audio commentaries for films, like when I was doing Usual Suspects. People had distance. You know, they're like, okay, so what it means to their careers, or what it means to the actors, or the pop culture in general. I mean, it's always good to delve into that.
Yeah, yeah. But the old commentary is on the set too, so there are two audio commentaries. So there you get the original one. Also, you get new interviews with Dan Stevens and Michael Monroe. So there are new special features on the disc too, and there are on the 4K as well. They're not only on the Blu-ray; they are on the 4K as well. The
Right.
guest, nice Halloween pick, because I totally forgot that the movie is playing around the Halloween time of year. The next one, just to make to have it, Dance of the Devil,
at
or
that.
Evil Dead.
That's Evil
Evil
Dead,
Dead,
the
not
original
Dance of the
poster.
Devil, yeah. In 4K.
How do you
know,
pronounce that?
but just
Tanz der Teufel.
Tanz der Teufel.
Tanz der Teufel.
Yeah. Dance of the
How's
Devil.
my accent?
Dance of the-
Tanz der Teufel.
Yeah. There you go, Rob.
Like
There you go.
Saarbrücken,
Always-
Deutschland.
Richtig, genau. Always give it that extra push.
Sie hat keine Angst. Sie ihn liebt. Sie ihn tot.
Yeah.
That's from
Nikita.
Nikita. Nikita.
Nikita. Yeah. Nice steelbook, Rob. Scream. 25.
I gotta get that. But okay, now let me ask you this: does that have the extended version on it?
No, Rob, it's not the unrated.
See, I don't.
Yeah.
Did that only come out on Laserdisc? Because that
No,
version is
on
way
Laserdisc-
better.
On Laserdisc and DVD, but the cuts are minimal. They are not.
Yeah, but the
that
opening
big.
scene is way better.
Yeah,
The final reveal is way better.
but Rob, the picture quality is nice here, so I would.
That's a beautiful steelbook.
Prefer-
Is that a matte
I would-
finish? Is that matte, like a matte black?
Yeah, matte is a little bit of glossy. Considering
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
the knife, and we have true inside. So this is the inside of it. But considering the picture quality is that much better against the old version, so I rather live with the cuts, Rob, and have the better quality of the,
Yeah.
of the movie. It's fortunately not the unrated version. The next one you showed last week, Rob. I haven't made up my mind about the movie. You loved it, The Green
I really enjoyed it.
Knight. No, yeah.
I-
Probably have to watch it again. Still don't know, but this is A24 as A24 is skipped for better or worse. This is A24 pure and pure. The Green Knight with Dave Patel and Alicia Vikander, and it will get a release as a media book in Germany, which I probably will get too. The next one I think you showed already, Rob. I've got my Halloween 2.
Yep.
Which
Yeah,
once
I have
again
all of those.
comes with the.
You only got Halloween too?
Yeah, I only got Halloween 1 and Halloween 2 for me. That's actually.
See, the ones, of course, I got. Hang on, you know the those box sets. I mean, they're kind of. I mean, I do like this. Wait, hang on, no one can see what I'm holding up. I mean, because I have the Big Trouble, and I'm a huge John Carpenter fan, but you can see, like this, this chrome. All it's going to do is get scuffed and wrecked.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't put it anywhere where, and it's cool, but I mean, I like it. I think it's awesome, but you know, have you looked at it? Have you looked at the movie?
Yeah, I
The transfer is it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
It's and I really I like Halloween too. You know,
I remember, Rob, when back in the day I had a magazine called Cinema, which I still got, and one of my first editions was around '82, and always remember that picture of the guy with the syringe in its eye.
Right,
It's one of
yep,
the, one
yep.
of the pictures that was in it. And I thought, I am probably too young, so I can't watch that movie. But that looks interesting.
you're not too
Boy.
young.
Rob, considering here, it was a little bit more restrictive, you know.
Well, you Germans, man, it's amazing how restrictive you are considering your history. Come on now.
Yeah. Rob, what makes us junkies? If we not only buy bad movies, but considering me, I buy bad movies 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Because this one I had to get because I had all the other steelbooks. So, but isn't it shiny, Rob?
Dude, look,
shiny?
I own it. I didn't get the steelbook. I
already had the other edition, Rob, that you got too. So, but I had to get.
It's such a bad movie. I mean, and I love everyone. I love this franchise, but I that's a really cool steelbook, by the way.
Yeah, and I have the steelbooks have probably from five up. So what can I do, Rob?
I know. You can't not buy it, but that movie shattered all verisimilitude. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm going to see Fast and Furious 10, Part 1 and 2, whatever it's going to be. I'll see them, but I'm not going to be happy. The retconning of Han's thing, it's not good.
But it can only go up now. In what way?
Up into space.
Yeah. The next one, I haven't checked it out. Of course, Silence of the Lambs, the 4K from.
Yeah, another controversial release because the color. Okay. Here's the thing. Apparently, the color space in the first 20 minutes is wrong, and Kino Lorber was given. And this is typical. We live in a world where, and I'm not going to slam young people that don't know shit, but there's too many people that don't know shit that are working in the entertainment business. And when they're transferring movies, apparently what happened was the actual color space of the transfer, the 4K transfer, changes about 20 minutes into the film. And that was not
really noticeable.
Well, from what I've heard, I don't have that disc yet. I didn't buy it for this very reason. This was not Kino Lorber's fault. God bless Kino Lorber, because if you look at their 4K disc of Hannibal, it's stunning. It's beautiful. And I am beside myself, not just for To Live and Die in LA, but I want that Invasion of the Body Snatchers 4K. And but they can only work with the masters they've been provided with. And apparently that was the same was true of the online version of it. So this was not Kino Lorber's fault, but whatever the color space shift was, it's like, oop, I forgot to change the color space, and whoever thought that was like, no, we have to go back and start again.
No,
you can't just change it in the middle. But I've heard that the transfer is that way. I mean, I haven't seen it myself, so other people that must weigh in.
Okay, I will check it and keep my eyes open on your viewings or what you know.
Please do so.
TBO Entertainment in the live chat asked me, Warum, Dieter? Why, Dieter? TBO, I can't tell you why I bought F9 again.
Well, I mean, I have all the James Bond movies, and they're not all good. I don't like View to a Kill. I don't like Man with the Golden Gun very much. I mean, you have to have them.
You have to have them. Okay.
You can't one day someone's going to come to your house and they're going to be like, let's have a Fast and the Furious marathon. And you're going to go there and you'll get to the ninth.
F9. What?
Well, yeah. And then you're going to be like, you can't let people down that way.
Definitely
can't do it.
The Guns of Neverone, the 4K.
Oh, what a movie.
It's just normal MRA, nothing.
Yeah,
nothing.
But still.
Correct.
Come on now.
Neverone. Next one, really nice steelbook, really dug it. And I've watched the movie again, haven't seen it in a long time. It still holds up for me. The Unbreakable steelbook.
Wow, that's a badass steelbook. Where'd that come from?
This is from the UK, Rob. This came from Zavvi.
Oh, the Zavvi steelbook. Gotta love Zavvi. Love that Zavvi. Yeah. Nice.
And I still love the movie Unbreakable for M. Night Shyamalan. The next one was a recommendation from my friend Glenn. He bought it. He said, "Oh, it looks good." Then after he watched it, as he said, it wasn't that good, but I already pre-ordered it from Arrow. Dementor, Rob.
Yeah, but Arrow discs is there good special features on that?
Yeah, it comes with a second disc. That comes with another movie from the director, I think. It has a poster and a booklet in it, so it's a nice considering what's in it, this is a nice release, definitely. But I haven't watched the movie. But considering the cover, it's actually right up my alley. Dementor.
It looks good.
So,
I haven't seen
I
Dementor.
can't tell you at the moment if it's any good. Dementor. The next one, we get to My Neighbors Steelbook from the French, across the border from me.
30 minutes away, right?
Yeah, around that. It didn't came out in 4K in the United States, but I love the movie, so I have to get it. Wrath of Man, Un homme en colère.
I have that. I really like this movie.
And this is the French Steelbook who has the movie in 4K in it.
Nice. I like Wrath of Man. It's good. Guy Ritchie knocked it. I love The Gentleman, and I like Wrath of Man. Go Guy Ritchie.
And Rob, in Germany, it's called Cash Truck. You know, Wrath of Man.
Of course, it's called. Of course.
Cash Truck.
Why would it be called anything other than that? Cash Truck.
You know?
There you go. Yeah, Cash Truck.
A cat in the back. It says Suspiria meets Scream. Oh, this is a high bar. Night Slash.
Wow. Night Slash.
Night Slash.
What a
Cat in
title.
the back. What a title. Can't tell you anything about it. This was the second batch, but I probably keep going because we have two batches more. Another great steelbook.
Yeah, keep going, man. Keep going.
But I have to say the reviews were right, but I bought it anyway. You know, Snake Eyes Origins, nice steelbook, but
did you watch it?
Yeah, but the reviews were right, Rob. It's not good.
It's trash.
Yeah, correct. But isn't it shiny, Rob? Isn't it shiny?
Yeah, but yeah, you know what? You said Star Trek Discovery shiny, and that's why you bought it. No. That's no longer.
It's no longer applicable. Okay. Snake Eyes. Okay. Next one, Cat in the Back. I haven't seen it on 4K. The movie Sun. It's called.
I don't know that.
On a festival. So, but that doesn't say much.
Who put that out in 4K? Is that a European release?
Let me check, Rob. This is Cape. I think it's Cape Light.
Oh, so it is German.
Yeah, it's from Cape Light. Yeah. Who did your rollerball set?
Yes.
Your rollerball. Sun. The next one. Heard some good. It says it's probably a cult movie. Fried Berry. It's called.
Fried Berry.
Berry. It's out in the US too, Rob. But haven't seen it.
I've never even heard of that movie.
But
I'm pretty. I keep abreast of these things. I don't know that film.
It played on festivals too, but that doesn't say much. They like to put on these.
Yeah, the laurels. The laurels. Got to put the laurels on.
Yeah, correct. Next one, Cat in the Back from the US, and the film is older. It's called Megan is Missing. I don't know if it's based on true events, but I don't know if it's a little bit of found footage thing. I don't know. Megan is Missing. It's coming from Lionsgate.
What made you buy that? Like when you're looking at things that are coming out, why'd you pick that up?
I think I've checked the reviews, Rob, and the reviews weren't that bad, I believe.
Okay, all right.
Megan is Missing, based on true events. At least it says on the back of the cover.
Of course.
The next one, another French steelbook, because the German one looked shit. So I bought the French one. I already have the movie. And this is the longer international cut of the movie.
All right.
Hitman and Bodyguard 2. This comes with the longer version, about 15 minutes longer than the US cut. I don't know if it will give the movie an extra push, if it will be better this way, but this is the
I gotta say, I really liked the first movie, and I was a little disappointed in this one.
Yeah, actually, I was surprised that I really had a good time with it. So, but I can't tell you anything about the longer version. If the longer version will give it an extra push, but this is like Last Blood Rombo was longer. This is also longer too, about more than 15 minutes, I believe. It's almost 2 hours long in this version. Hitman but you don't get the US versions. You only get the longer version with that one. So the next one, Kino Lorber again, and I watched it. I was totally pleased with the transfer. Got Misery, of course. The
And
4K.
in 4K. Okay,
Yeah.
you're the first, so it looks great. I got to get that then.
For me, totally downscaled. But considering the colors, this almost would be for me a little bit of a demo disc if I would have a new setup to see natural skin colors
Yeah.
or something like that. So for me, great transfer. Misery.
Great
The next
great
one-
film.
Yeah. The next one is right up your alley. I was really looking forward to
That's
the
what she
movie.
said.
Considering you like, or you don't like, or you fear for the fall of civilizations, I
true.
got Rob the New Order.
Where
You know,
where did you get
UK.
that from?
It's the UK, Rob. It's
Oh,
out
dude,
in the
I got to
UK
get it.
and
Who
it's
put that out? Is that just a Oh, man.
Ooh, Rob, who put that out?
Wait a minute. You know what? I'm going to Amazon right now. Amazon UK. Hold on. Hold up.
It's called Mubi. I don't know the company at all.
Hang on.
And this was really a great punch in the gut.
Is that
Considering-
the movie? I mean,
Yeah.
it's a movie, but who? So is that a 4K or is it a?
No, it's just a Blu-ray, Rob.
just a Blu-ray.
But it comes with a little Q&A, I believe, or as an extra feature. And I really dug the movie. Was great. Have you seen anything from the movie, Rob?
No,
Or just heard
I'm
about it?
dying. I have not seen it. I'm dying to see it.
Then I
and,
won't give anything away, Rob. New Order, punch in the gut. It's out in the UK and it's coming out in Germany too. For me, it's deserved the praises that it's gotten. New Order. Did you found it, Rob?
Yep, and
Okay.
I just ordered it.
Great.
It is coming to me now. Give it to me. Give it to me.
I
Order
don't
place,
know why
thanks.
it isn't- I don't know why it isn't out in the States yet. I have no idea.
Oh,
Isn't
but that
it on-
cover is
on any
great. I
stream-
mean, come on now.
Isn't it on any streaming service in the States?
It's on Mubi apparently, but yeah, I ordered. Thank you very much.
I have, of course, I like the first one, and of course, I bought a sequel of Don't Breathe 2. What was surprising to me is actually it's only a 4K disc, Rob. No more Blu-ray in it. It's just the 4K
Yep.
disc in it. But it comes with the special features. And I
Sure.
liked it. And I liked it. If you don't have a problem with a little bit, they switch the character a little bit into some kind of anti-hero. But for me, it was nice sequel, Don't Breathe 2.
Yeah.
You did show it, Rob, but let me show you another edition. One of my favorites is here, the Suicide Squad,
So good.
the Steelbook.
Now, where does that come? That's a beautiful steelbook. Where'd you get that from?
It came from Italy, Rob. It came from Italy, and since I love the Suicide Squad this year, this won't be my last edition of the movie. There
Wow.
are other editions are still coming.
Well,
So
you
this
got to
was
get
the first
your Blu-ray. You got to get your Blu-ray covers, man. Come on, get those
Yeah,
or
yeah.
the steelbook covers. Get those steelbook covers. Come on.
I have them, Rob. I have them, but to show the stuff, it's better
It's true.
if it's out. So let's put that aside.
Less glare.
Next one, Cat in the Bag from Sofia Coppola, On the Rocks with Bill Murray.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either. I want to see that. I haven't seen it, but I'm a Sofia Coppola fan, so I haven't got that. But
Cat in the Bag. And strangely, Rob, it says here Apple TV, but I haven't stumbled across this on Apple TV.
I have not either.
It says Apple TV Plus, and it's from A24. Seems a co-production of the two, but I haven't stumbled across it on Apple TV.
No, but I
says
want
on
to
the
see it.
back, Apple
Is that a UK disc?
TV Plus. No, this is the American, Rob.
Oh,
This is
okay.
the American.
Oh, cool. All right.
American. From Lionsgate. From Lionsgate. And you did show it, I believe, last week, and I have the steelbook, Rob, of M. Night Shyamalan's.
Oh, that's cool. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I liked it, Rob.
I liked it too. I mean, it's based on a French graphic novel, but I liked
Okay.
it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, had a nice time with it.
Yeah, it was really interesting. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
Could-
I don't want to go to that beach, Dieter. Don't want to go
not
to the
that
beach. Not that beach. No.
Not to that beach.
No.
But really nice steelbook. Old. And you did show the normal version, I believe, last week. Last Saturday, Rob, I watched a great movie from Norway. It's called The Trip. As far as I know, with Numi Rapace and let me just check. Axel Henny. It is, I think it's out on Netflix in the US. A couple, the marriage is a little bit in shambles. But what to do? Get to the cabin in the woods from your dad and try to fix your marriage. But considering what you can see down here, it's probably not going that well. It's from Tommy Wirkola, who did Hansel and Gretel, and the Dead Snow movies.
Oh,
and
nice.
This one, great too, Rob. Great too. Don't watch any trailers. Go in blind.
Okay.
And I believe it's on Netflix in the US.
All right,
It's
I'll
not
watch
on
that.
Netflix here in Germany.
Numi Rapace can do no wrong for me, so I'll watch anything she's in.
Totally. This was the German Blu-ray. Here it's not out on Netflix, but it is out, I believe, on Netflix in the US. Great video. Tip from me: The Trip. Really, really bloody nice weekend. When you try to get your marriage back together. Don't.
Yeah, when you try to get your marriage back together and it gets bloody, it can only be good.
This one I showed. I wanted just to say I love the movie. I watched it finally. Beasts Clawing at Straws, the Korean edition. I showed. Nice thriller. Started with a bag full of money, always a good starting point, and then you have a lot of characters who intersect at some point that you get the full picture. Great movie. Beasts Clawing at Straws. This is not a new buy. I just wanted to say that the movie was really, really great. Okay. The next one, another piece of art box, like it's called, the remake of Texas Chainsaw.
Wow, Marcus Nispel's version, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a great box. I mean, that movie, it's beautifully made. I don't think it works, but what a great box. Who put that out?
I love. It's, I think, Birnenblatt is the German company.
Wow, what an incredible special edition that is.
So this is the inside of the box, and you get.
Is that a 4K transfer or not?
Unfortunately, not Rob. It's just the new Blu-ray. It's not even a new transfer probably. So this is all about a newer packaging and having a booklet with it. So the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Isn't there anything new on the horizon? Considering Texas, I don't know at the moment. I think there is something new.
Don't know. Don't.
Okay. The next one, an older movie. I haven't seen it. It's actually in 4K premiere. That says on the back of the cover. Der Nachtportier.
I love that movie. I have the Criterion version of that.
Great, and this is a 4K. This is a 4K version.
Really? Oh, dude, you might have to get that for me.
Oh, sorry, Rob. Demonetized.
No, it's fine. It's Charlotte Rampling. It's fine. I didn't know that came out. That's probably not subtitled in English, is it? Well, it is in English. The movie's in English, right? Sort of.
Yeah, Rob. The movie is in English.
Yeah.
Right. And
so I don't need it subtitled.
It has English subtitles too.
Oh, good. You might have to get that for me because I'm a huge fan of that movie.
Yeah. Rob, I will send you different cover artworks. This is the one I chose, but the movie comes with different. Media Books has different artworks, and we like to differ.
Yes. Pick that up for me. I would like to have that in 4K.
Der Nachtportier.
You naughty boy, by the way. Naughty.
I don't know the English movie. The biggest fight of the ninjas, because you said everything is better with ninjas.
Is that Sho Kazuki? I mean, I don't know who's in that movie. Is it a Canon film? Did Canon Films make that?
No, Rob.
Okay.
I think it's a Shaw Brothers movie, but
okay, you go all the way back. Okay, Shaw. Okay, there you go. All right, nice.
but I haven't watched how the original title is of the movie.
Right.
But it is certified 18 here, and this is probably an HD
Nice. I love it.
premiere. The biggest battle of Ninja. So, the next one you have, Rob, but I liked the movie and I thought, come, let's get a nice media book of it. No One Lives.
Yes.
With Luke Evans. And probably for the people that haven't seen the movie, I don't like to spoil anything, but for me it's a great one. So this is a media book. Have you gotten around to watch
Yep.
it, Rob?
Yes, I did, and I
everything?
didn't. I went in cold. I didn't know
You
anything
should,
about it.
Rob.
I quite enjoyed it.
Okay.
That's
That's all I wanted to.
Well, I wouldn't have got it if it wasn't for you. You know, I wouldn't have it, and it's pretty great.
There was a scene, Rob. I haven't seen that in another movie.
No,
at
no,
all.
you know that movie.
I could be. I'm probably perhaps big enough for a smaller person to fit. You know.
That movie and A Good Woman Is Hard to Find are two movies that you sent me that I really, really, really loved.
Yeah. Like no one lives, Rob. And I have a nice limited number. I don't know if I can.
Is it a liquor number?
No, but it's 500, and I've got 499 actually.
Wow.
Out of the 500.
Nice.
So No One Lives from Ryu Kitamura. Another steelbook, Rob. Injustice. I haven't played the game. I only watched the animated movie, and a lot of people don't like it, but I had a great time. A lot of action in it. We all know the story is Superman goes a little bit berserk after he accidentally killed Lois Lane, with the Joker involved. So it is a combination of the video game and the comic.
Yeah.
I believe. I had a good time with it. My steelbook.
Beautiful steelbook.
Injustice. So, two left. Only two left. Next one, Rob. I saw the cover. I have to get it. Sorority.
Wow! Look at that
Sorority.
cover. Look
Sorority
at that.
Row. And Rob, I really don't know if probably I have the movie, bought it back in the day. It's an older one.
Does it
Probably
matter?
don't remember it. Doesn't matter. Correct, Rob. I've seen the cover. Okay, I will get it. It's a slasher, but let me see. Have some nice pictures in it here. Okay. Sorority Row. But come on. That cover.
Yeah, that's great. You have to have
How
that.
can I say that? And I saved the second. I have two more. This one probably will get me cancelled.
Oh, please, then
But
I'm gonna go full
I will-
frame.
I will stand by it. I love the movie. And what can I say to my defense? Well, back in the day when the movie
You don't have to
came out-
defend yourself on this channel. You can do whatever you want.
Well, Rob, you had an Midnight Metal show considering the art versus the art. If you can separate the two.
The art from the artist.
The art from the artist.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks for helping me out.
And
I have-
let me ask you this, since you brought this up. Do you think it is possible to separate the art from the artist? Is that something that can be done, or do you think it cannot be done?
I have to do it considering this movie because I loved the movie when I saw it back in the day. And back in the day, there was no thing, or not that huge, considering called the internet, where you get information. And people, I can do a background check on every movie, on 100 people that work on the movie, and do a background check on every person.
Well, I can't.
love
This
the
is great. If you get canceled and you ruin my entire YouTube channel, I'm just going to move to Germany into your house because I'll have nowhere else to live. So I hope.
I bought this one. I bought Jeepers Creepers, the trilogy. It's a limited edition, and the first one has a new HD master. Loved the new.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Let's Get Physical Media episode number. I'm just kidding. It was produced by Francis Coppola, however.
Yeah. considering the media book, I was expecting they would leave out the stuff about Victor Salva. No, actually, they didn't. It's actually one of the focus points of the media book inside of it.
Wow. Well, I
They
mean,
say
look,
they went, yeah.
this is let me be a man of my convictions. Now, this is a tough one. Victor Salva went to jail for what he did.
Yeah.
He was convicted. He served his time. Now, our justice...
Considering the media book, it says he's still in therapy, Rob. The media book.
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing is, though, do we as a people, our justice system is based upon the idea that if you are found guilty, if you've done something wrong and you're found guilty and you serve time, when your time is served, theoretically, you're supposed to be absolved. Because you paid your dues, you paid your debt to society, you went into the slammer, and but that's not how it works, especially with his crime. So
Yeah.
it's a tough one because he made Jeepers Creepers after he came out of jail.
And that I didn't know, Rob. I thought it was after that because back in the day, I only watched the movie, but I didn't have any knowledge about that.
No, and a lot of people don't, and that's it opens up the debate. People are very complex, and what I've come to understand, especially working in the arts for a long time, is that people are multifaceted. And when someone say working on a movie, concentrating on working on a film, that has nothing to do with the rest of their lives. People can do other things. People have their secrets and all of that, and they don't necessarily, like, if someone makes a great movie, that doesn't mean they're not an abusive piece of shit. They can be both. They can do both. And the question becomes, can you watch the film and disassociate yourself from the artist's behavior? I can, because I think they're different things. I think when people are making something, they're concentrating on their art. That's what they do to keep them from doing other horrible shit. It's a really difficult question, but I think ultimately Jeepers Creepers is a pretty good horror film. It's
That's
pretty
the
great,
problem.
and the creature is really good, and it's
it's-
definitely problematic.
And there's even a Jeepers Creepers Reborn trailer out, Rob, because the franchise is still going.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a very interesting, difficult question.
Especially that movie with his backstory.
Yeah.
But I wanted to show it. I bought it. It's the trilogy, and the first one has a new HD master in it. Okay. That was almost all, Rob. Almost all. Only one thing to go. I haven't even opened it. I wanted to wait till the show. Where's my scissors?
Oh,
If
I got to go back to full frame. I mean, if this is, should we give you a drum roll? You already have that?
Yeah. I have it, Rob. And one of my WhatsApp contacts has it already too. But you see, it's still sealed, Rob. I haven't even opened it. So I wanted to do it on our show, but
Wow, bruh. See, I don't know if I'm going to get that, to be honest.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't have my documentaries that I worked on. I've already got those movies. The special features are amazing. But that is an impressive box.
So let's see how it looks on the inside.
Because it is just the standard, that's a beautiful box, but I'm like, how do you make that box the definitive Middle-earth collection and not put in all the special features that were on Lord of the Rings? How do you not do that? What do you think? What is your philosophical... I mean...
Rob, I have the great special features because this is not the first time I, of course, bought Lord of the Rings. For me, the title Ultimate isn't fitting, but let's just see how it looks inside. And I have to have your special features on the DVD sets.
I know, and they're only
on
finished
the
in
shelf.
standard def. I understand the reasoning behind it. They don't exist in HD. I get it. You know, nobody bothered upscaling them, which they should have done. But
Yeah. So
I
let's see
I don't know what to say.
So how does this
Looks
work
good though.
here? Let me just check.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Come out.
Do 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 do
Probably
do.
should have done it. Ah,
Do
okay.
do 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 do.
This
Do 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 do. Da na 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 na.
I think this is
Na 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 na. I don't know
No,
what
no, I get
this sounds like. But watching Deeter open that box
no,
is
no,
mildly
no, we're getting to
entertaining.
it.
But I
Now we're
don't
getting.
know how long this will last. Will he open the box? Will he get it done?
It can only take hours. So the order.
Do 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 do
Let me just see and now
do do
Where
do do do
where
do
we
do
start here.
do
Okay.
do do do
So
do.
this
Wow, look at that. Okay, that's pretty dope.
so
So,
And
what is that?
now-
Is that big box at the end? Is that special features? I mean, that what I want to know is what are the new special
let me
features?
just
Come on,
check.
do we get a new
just-
Coast to Boats documentary? What are we looking at there, Deets? Come on, hook me up.
Let me just check, Rob. We get okay. There is probably the ring, the real ring, the one ring.
The One Ring. Of course, everybody who buys that set gets one. So, what is that going to do to the Earth when everyone is wielding the power of
I don't
Sauron?
know what you say here. Special features. You know, this is probably the meeting up Alamo Draft House. Special meeting.
That's what? That's a
Yeah.
special. Oh, that's a special thing because you got
This-
some.
Festival de Cannes. Presentation reel.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. I wish we put that on. That was one thing we didn't get to put on the disc. Okay. Okay. Great. Travelogues. Gondor, the White City.
Yeah. Rohan.
Oh, Rohan. The Argonath. Yeah, those, yeah. Whatever. I shouldn't say
Town.
that.
Lake Town. No,
It's
Lake
Lake Town.
The
No,
Shire. The Shire. No.
Do do
So,
do
this
do
was-
do 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 do
And
do.
then we have a collection of costume sketches.
Okay.
You know?
Do 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 do. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Just
Oh,
watch.
come on.
It's good. It's nice, but I mean, it'd be
come
better if
on.
you could watch our special features on costume design. Just saying.
So now let's check all.
By the way, we do have super chats. People have been writing in. We've
Okay.
been on. This show's been going on for 2 hours, and Willow. I think Willow came and went, and I don't blame her.
Oh.
Willow says, "What caused Deeter to fall in love with Jennifer Lawrence? Was it the Hunger Games?" So
Actually,
first of all, before you
I
answer
saw-
that, what are your initial impressions of this box set?
I love it. Rob. I love it. Looks nice, considering how it's done. So let's show.
Is that a magnet?
visual.
Is that a magnet that?
Yeah, it seems like yeah.
Wow, pretty cool. Okay.
And then we have the individual releases, and I love the covers, Rob.
And those are steel books? Oh, look at, and those are in the box.
No.
Oh, look at that.
Emery, standard Emery.
All right.
is in it.
That's cool
So
though.
how many? Let me just check. So how many are in this?
I don't know.
Okay, you've got the theatrical version of The Hobbit, the extended version in 4K,
Mm.
Then the same 2 on Blu-ray, extended and theatrical version. So there are four discs in it, in this set. So it's probably 4. I would presume it's 4 in every set. The second one, Desolation of Smaug.
Smaug. That's cool. That is shiny. That's cool. All right.
So probably the same here too. Unfortunately, not only special features are missing, the 3D versions are missing too, of course.
Yeah, well, come on, man.
Theatrical and
Look, I've got my
extended.
steelbook sets of the Middle Earth. I'm gonna stick with those. I'm not gonna buy that set.
And you have already had a hard time to get those.
Yeah, man, and I feel like I had to wait. Well, at least for Lord of the Rings. You know what? I mean, that's all cool and stuff, but I'm not gonna, not for me, son. Not gonna buy that set.
Okay.
And I like Battle of the Five Armies. I'm not a hater. So wait a minute. Let me ask you this. Back to what Willow was asking. What caused Deeter to fall in love with Jennifer Lawrence? Was it the Hunger Games? That's cool. I like that.
Actually, I saw the Winterspawn first, I believe.
Wait, you saw Vinta's Bone? I saw Zavinta's Bone first. That's what she said. I like Zavinta's Bone.
Then I read.
She was really underage then, by the way. Just so you know, she was like a young girl.
And then I read the synopsis of the Hunger Games, and I thought, oh, this is right up my alley, a little bit like Battle Royale. And then I read the book. I loved the book. And then the movie came out, and that probably was it. So on some interviews, and considering later the movie before Winterspawn that I did send it to you, Poker House.
Yeah, that was directed by Loria Laughlin from Free Willy, and that's cool. I like that. Free Willy and what's the Tank Girl?
Lori Petty.
And Point Break. Did I say Lori Laughlin? I love Lori. I meant Lori Petty. Lori Petty directed it.
Where you and I both at the last show we did were stupid together because we didn't find out the title. We Googled it, but we have the live chat here, Rob. And everyone was going in the live chat, Tank Girl, you idiots! Tank Girl, you idiots! Tank Girl! And we were just Googling, There's help in the live chats. Rob.
So that's how you fell in love with Jennifer Lawrence when she was a young underage girl. Such a German.
Unbelievable.
Look, at least I got you to say unbelievable. That was good. So hang on a second. 200 Watt Studio says...
After I bought Cheapers Creepers, I will make myself now disappear with the ring.
No. 200 Watt Studio says, Deeter seems aggressive and a little salty today. Are you aggressive and salty?
Aggressive and salty?
Yeah.
No, not more than usual.
Are you going to put that on? Oh, look at that. But see, that should show up. You know what? If Swack Props made that, you'd have to have like black light to see the etchings. Swack Props would go the extra mile. Cal would go the extra mile.
Yeah.
All right, Justin Toner says, hi, Robin Deeter. I got Free Guy in 4K last week. Today, ordered New York Ninja from Vinegar Syndrome. Can't wait for my Black Friday pre-order with Frankenstein. Barnes & Noble 50% off Criterion sale is on. Getting anything besides Citizen Kane 4K, Rob? You know what? This is going to seem strange. I left my Tree of Life Criterion disc outside.
Wait, what?
I left my Criterion Tree of Life, the Terrence Malick movie. I left the disc. I love that disc. I love that movie. And I was cleaning stuff up and moving stuff around, and I just left it outside, and it got rained on. So
it became the Tree of Life.
It became the Tree of Life, and so I'm yes. The Barnes and Noble sale is great. I mean, I feel that like I have so many Criterion titles that I love, but I do also feel that. I feel that sometimes, like, I'm running out of Criterion titles to buy. You know, I have all the ones that I have. And like, you know, I got the Ingmar Bergman box set. They sold out of it. They reprinted it, and I got that. It was great. I mean, I got the Fellini box set.
And we always are living in fear now, Rob. Then when we buy it, they will announce the 4K version of it.
I know,
2
dude.
days later.
I know. It's problematic. Not good. So, so Justin, you know, I actually haven't gone there yet. I keep forgetting, but yeah, Citizen Kane 4K is a must-buy for me. And actually, anything that Criterion puts out in 4K, anything I will buy. Anything. Terrier says,
my friend.
Terrier says, regarding Arrow, you're not alone. They migrated their system and lost all of their pre-orders.
Oh.
There was an email. I didn't get an email, but you've been refunded the sum, but orders canceled. What the fuck? I don't want my order. I don't want my refund. I want those discs because they're gone. The Diamond collection I ordered and the Argento 4Ks, they're like gone. They're on the secondary market. I didn't know that happened. They haven't refunded my money.
I haven't heard about that at all, Rob.
What kind of bullshit is that? We already talked about Stubble McShave says Dune should come as a Gom Jabbar box for physical media. Put your hand in the box.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
You have to put your hand in the box if you want to get your discs. Put your hand in the box. That's a great idea, and you have to be all stoic. What's in the box?
Yeah.
Pain. I have to say this. So my favorite version of David Lynch's Dune was the Spice Diver fan edit Redux, which was on YouTube for a long time. It had over 1 million views. It was pulled down last week for copyright violation. And you know what? Here's the thing. Here's what I don't like. The fact is, it's just another indication that the people that own Dune were sleeping on the job. Like, that Spice Diver fan re-edit is beautiful. It's so well done. I get it. It violates, by it existing on YouTube, it violates so many different things. But the fact of the matter is, that guy did the work and made your movie better than it was. And
how long was the cut up?
3 hours. It was 3 hours, and it was really good.
I mean, how long on YouTube you could watch it before it was taken down?
For years. For years. Okay. Yeah, and I have to say, now I'm not going to take credit for this, but I'd been recommending people buy it or watch it. You don't have to buy it. It was up there, and it was, and I feel like it was my fault. I mean, I know I'm making myself seem more important than I really am, but I do think it was my fault because it was there for a long time, and then I started recommending it on streams. I tweeted it out. I told Impression Blend, who watched watched the film for the first time, and Impression Blend is one of my favorite YouTubers, and no, not just because she's a beautiful woman, but she has great taste in horror films, and she covers books, and she's Russian. I think she's Ukrainian. So she's read Arkady and Boris Strugatsky. She's read Roadside Picnic. She knows where the source material for Stalker came from. But when I tweeted out to her, watch this version, and then it got canceled, it was my fault. It was my fault. It's just my fault.
Rob, how did he do that cut with all the material?
Well, I mean, he maybe the Spice Diver cut. Who are we to say he? Let's just say whomever. That what they did was they took all the different deleted scenes that have appeared everywhere, from the Japanese Laserdisc to the previous existing versions, the deleted scenes, the television edit, and put them all together and did some really clever stuff. Now, I was told that version of the movie appears on the Coke Dune disc.
I don't know, Rob. I don't know which versions, extra versions are on.
I know, because you didn't like Dune.
Version.
And you didn't like any version of Dune.
I have my.
And yet you'll buy the
French
latest
one
Jeff Speakman movie.
That you made me buy for you, and I watched it again, and I thought, yeah, that's enough for me for the old Dune.
I understand. The trash panda that you are. I get it.
If I get the version for you. It could be that Bobby is saying, dude, let's open it up. And I will open it here, and you say, watch it again.
If
Look
the Spice Diver version is on the disc, you should do that. You should open it up
it's 3 hours long, Rob.
yeah.
That
But-
I have
but
some measurement if it is that cut.
Well, it would say. I mean, there's supposedly 2 different versions of the
Yeah.
film. Someone told me that the Spice Diver cut was on it. I can't believe it is, but it might be. I
Right.
don't know.
But don't keep your hopes up, Rob. I have not read anything about.
You know,
about
Daniel
ex-
Griffith.
not ex-
Daniel
One
Griffith, who
extended-
did the Dune documentary that's not on the Arrow disc, I told him he could be on our show. And I was going to invite him next week, but I wanted to ask you first. He made the Dune documentary about the making of the film, and it's not
But it's
on
not on the Arrow disc.
it's not on the Arrow disc. It's on the Coke disc, though.
Okay.
So, should we have him on? Have him be a guest? What's up?
Yeah. Why not, Rob?
Okay, good. That's good. I think so too. So Daniel
Or
Griffith.
Perhaps
it-
we could combine it when the set is actually in my hands or in your hands.
Well, I think he's going to release the documentary on its own
Okay.
in some way, shape, or
Okay.
form. So I'll ask him. But I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Daniel Griffith. Daniel Griffith. Ballyhoo Films does a great job. They do a really good job. So I'm excited.
Okay. But really, I can't tell you which versions are on. Extra versions are on the Koch.
Right. I don't think they know.
Yeah,
Someone knows.
you know. Because it's not called that Space Diver. It just says extended versions.
Right, extended versions. And the Spice Diver version is not. It's not like it's sanctioned. So it's like, but it had over 1 million views, and they pulled it down last week, and I feel bad. I think it was my fault. I feel terrible. So Spice Diver, I'm sorry.
But that seemed to have to be a lot of work to put all those things together from those different.
I know. It's terrible.
No, fortunately. Rob, for the end of the show, are you interested? Even if it's a little bit way back, what was happening in the live chats?
Oh, of course. But I do want to show one thing.
Okay.
An announcement of a title that is in fact coming out. I'm very excited about it.
Okay.
And it is this. Look what's coming out in 4K. A favorite of mine. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is coming out in 4K. This is obviously the UK version. I'm very, very excited about this disc coming out. Amazing. I cannot wait. And I'm happy that it is coming out. But yes, let's go back to the live chats. What happened in the past? By the way, Terrier sends in a super chat and says, he says, look forward to Robotrix. I got it too. It's insane. Kung Fu, robots, insane violence, and many nipples. There's even a young Rob lookalike in it.
Yeah, he did.
How can I
Terry
not
sent me a
love
picture.
that? How can I not?
Terry sent me a picture and said, "Look, it's Rob in Robotrix."
You know what? If I'm going to be in a movie, I don't remember being in Robotrix, but if I was in a film, I would want to be in a movie like Robotrix. And insane violence and many nipples, I'm sold.
They really pushed the category 3 to the limit. The category
I can't
3
wait.
was a new thing in Asia, and they said, "Let's go for broke." We got.
I'm all about that. All about that.
About that. Okay. So what was happening in the last 3 weeks? Some context I'll probably be missing. My friend David Kogel. I love your shirt, not this one. An older one that I wore back then. Deeter, not as cool as the disco shirt you sent to Rob, but getting there. Rob, is the disco shirt back in your yard on your scarecrow that you can punish?
No,
Your
it's
scarecrow every day?
here. It's here.
You've got your Viva Pinata every day.
Okay, look. I have it. I've got some T-shirts that people have sent me that are beautiful that I haven't worn yet.
This
You sent me that disco shirt, and I'm gonna
Just
pick
for
the
fun.
I'm gonna pick the proper time. You know, season 4 of Disco is coming up. It's coming up in
are
just a couple
actually
weeks.
The new shows. When are the new shows starting, Rob?
It's like
Aren't they
2 weeks,
around
bro.
the corner? 2 weeks. Okay.
And
Which is coming first? Which is coming first?
Disco is coming first. And
Okay. And then-
I have been polishing and sharpening my blades.
Yeah, but I heard you were a little bit kind to Lower Decks, considering the last.
You know, I like the last episode of Lower Decks. I still need to do my show about Star Trek Prodigy. I don't think Star Trek Prodigy is a Star Trek show. I think here's and again, Star Trek is a franchise that is inherently about humanity. It must focus. I mean, and this is just me. Obviously, other people think differently. But if you're not focusing on mankind, on humankind, on the people of Earth, moving out into the cosmos, if you're turning it into a show about aliens, it's not Star Trek anymore. It's science fiction. And you could say, well, you know, Rob, that's an old way of looking at things. But the very idea of Star Trek is supposed to be an aspirational show about humanity. And while there are all kinds of aliens in Star Trek, your central core characters, at least in my way of thinking, need to be human beings. Because we as watchers, and especially kids, the big thing is like, well, Star Trek Prodigy is the first animated show directed at children. I'm like, oh, really? What was the Star Trek the Animated Series in 1973 and 74, which, by the way, they didn't even mention at Star Trek Day at Paramount. They talked about every other Star Trek series, the animated series, the original award-winning animated series that was produced by Gene Roddenberry and written by many of the original Star Trek scriptwriters. They didn't talk about it at all. And everyone's going, Star Trek Prodigy is the first time Star Trek has been made for children. Fuck you. You fucking fucks. And I think Prodigy is a beautiful show. It's really well made.
It's from the same company that does Lower Decks?
No, totally different. Emmy Award-winning creators. It's a beautiful show. There's a lot to like about it. But to me, it's more generic. I mean, yeah, there are Star Trek things in it. And you could say, like, well, these characters coming together, and it's fine. But Star Trek is inherently must be about human beings. It has to be about people from Earth. Because if it's not, then it undermines what Star Trek is all about, which is supposed to be about us. It's an aspirational show about the potential future that we can be a part of. And when you make a show that's about aliens, it's fine, but what you then do is you anthropomorphize them so we can understand them and whatever. It's great because kids love aliens. And I will say this. I believe that David Mack, who's one of my favorite Star Trek novelists, who's a consultant on the show, came up with the Medusan character, which, by the way, canonically in Star Trek, very cool idea. But I'm just like, it's generic science fiction with a Star Trek bow. And it's good, but it's not Star Trek.
Okay. Let's hope for the best considering these shows.
Therein.
Victor Fontaine said, all I know is October is killing my wallet with physical media releases. Victor, I hope I'm with you there, but it's probably almost every month. Chuck Hayworth, I loved HD DVD. All right, Chuck. Brian Hepburn, I have a ton of HD DVDs and 2 Xbox 360 HD DVD players. Totally great to know that.
But does he still use them?
I don't use it any. And you probably, Rob, I have the old HD drive for the Xbox 360, but I don't think it works anymore. Not because the drive is damaged, because through updates they didn't support it anymore.
But did the Xbox 360, were there games on HD?
No, they had an extra drive that you put on via USB on the console.
Okay.
We had an extra HD DVD drive.
Right.
On the console. I still have that HD DVD drive, but it worked only with the 360. But I don't think it doesn't work anymore considering updates. I haven't checked it, Rob.
So they haven't kept it updated.
So it wasn't an HD DVD drive in the console. It was a separate drive that you put on via USB.
Right. Okay.
And I think, Rob, it was, considering HD DVD, I think, just as the PS3, I think it was my first player because the Toshiba came later. So it was actually mostly the same situation. You got the PS3 with Blu-ray and you got Xbox supporting HD DVD with a separate drive, and King Kong came with it as one of the first movies.
The Peter Jackson's King Kong.
Yeah, the Peter Jackson one, correct. Willow Yang. I didn't like The Wizard of Oz. I didn't hate Princess Bride, but I thought it was really overrated. Willow, I'm right there.
I have to say, it might be blasphemous, but I too, look, I love Rob Reiner, I love William Goldman, but I do think Princess Bride is an acquired taste. I am not in the Princess Bride acolyte camp. Don't love it.
Okay.
It's good, but I don't love it.
Willow Yang goes on. To be honest, I still haven't watched Squid Game either. Willow, what are you doing? Come on. But it's 3 weeks later. Perhaps she's watched it.
Yeah.
Our friend Paul from Twinflix. The Chestnut Man is terrific. Rob, did you get around
to
watch
dude,
it completely?
Bruh.
Oh, come on, man. Wasn't it awesome?
It's incredible. I mean, it's
I had
great.
no idea about the murder at all. You try to find out before the cops. How could it be?
That was another thing. When you watch a mystery show, you're thinking to yourself, like, am I ahead of the game? Like, what's going on?
Correct.
I was not ahead of the game.
That people will tell you everything. If Rob is not ahead of the game of the creators,
it
but
was.
I don't know
was,
if it's how it compares to the novel. If it's really novel.
Hey, they're knocking on my door.
Oh, okay. Why?
Are you gonna lift up the door? I'm live. We're broadcasting. I'm talking to Germany. It's all good. So,
just let me see. Dean Mikitich says, not trolling, horror, not really my thing, because he told us he hasn't watched Evil Dead and we couldn't believe it. Horror, not really my thing. He was not trolling.
Hang on. You know what? Yes. Everyone's outside.
Emergency?
Yes. I'm still live. We're still broadcasting.
Yeah. 10 minutes.
Give me, give us 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Mark O'Brien said, watch the film that Tango Shalom interview last night, and he gives you a round of applause.
Oh, well, thank him for that.
Other than that, Tim Hens, damn you, RMB, release Tango Shalom here in the UK.
I have no control over that.
Yeah, there you go, Tim. He has no control over that. Okay? Considering my pole dancing, Willow said, pole dancing does take a lot of strength. So since I don't have these, I don't do any pole dancing. Like Stubble McShave said, considering his humor, I tried to keep my jokes on Emma Bennon's level. Okay. Bill Barclay said VHS 94 is on Shudder 2. Unfortunately, I don't have Shudder 2.
Oh, you got to see it. It's pretty good. Okay. You'll like it.
VHS 94. It's an anthology like the other ones.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Which I heard good things about it.
Yeah.
Good things about it.
Yep.
Victor Fontaine again, he said, I combined the Scream Factory and the Universal 4K release to make an ultimate release of the thing. He did put out perhaps this disc and that disc together to create his ultimate version of the thing. Jeffrey Mao said, it's always nice to get physical media during a physical media show. People, wasn't that a triumphant return? This was 45 titles that I showed you. Okay, I hope this is triumphant enough.
I think that's triumphant.
Okay. Siggy said, how many movies purchased but never opened? Actually, Siggy, since I did do the show with Rob, actually the stuff is getting open because I want to show the stuff.
Sure.
Back in the day, it all still was sealed until you opened it and watched it. But now I have to show. So I open actually the movies at least. Watching is a different topic. Let me just see. What else was there? Oh, okay, said Dieter's grandpa was a great warrior. I can tell you that. Oh, okay, I never met any of my grandpas.
You didn't?
No.
You never knew your grandparents?
My grandma, yes, but not grandfathers. They weren't there anymore. Tom Jr. Jackson, I just want to be friends with the mysterious Willow Yang, but aren't we all, Tom, through the PGS community?
I mean, she has appeared on this channel one time.
Wow, and I wasn't there, Rob.
And it was very brief. Very brief. And I understand she wants to be her anonymity. I get that. You know.
The next one we answered. Bronze Age Slacker asked. We answered it. I'm still wondering if Squid Game actually built some of those enormous sets, or if they used super good CG. So as far as I know, Bronze, they were really sets they built for the show. I wish Sean King says, I wish we could have like 30 minutes to request Deeter to read lines. I do that right now. You know, Sean King?
It's true.
The live chats. Slice Night, I have the F9 Steelbook for a few weeks now and haven't watched it yet. Okay? We're in the same boat, you know?
Oh, wait, have you not watched it?
Yes, I have watched it.
Oh, okay.
Considering what he says here for the Steelbook.
I was just checking.
Yeah. And Danzig 1999 said, but Rob, you have to get F9. Rob has it, you know?
I have
it's
it.
about family, you know? It's about family.
I know.
Danzig, again, I take it. You've seen the news from the Digital Bits. The T2 4K transfer isn't new, which we were expecting that it wouldn't be new.
But by the way, 200 Watt Studio says, let's call George. Should we call him?
Rob, I have early shift. Let me get to it. And if you want still to call shorts, you can do that.
Okay. Oh, all right. Just checking.
Late, you know. Okay. Willow said, isn't physical media part of Deeter? Considering back for 3 weeks, there was a question if I would get rid of all my physical media to be with this girl here. And Willow said, isn't physical media actually part of the body? It probably is, you know. Sean's word answered, marry her and after a while start collecting physical media again. Okay? It's always a good idea. And then, this is really one of the best lines. Dalton Johnson, space is the greatest enemy to my physical media love. Actually, it is. Then I don't know the context anymore about the 007 franchise. Slice Night said Universal has the global home media rights to the 007 franchise, excluding the 4K transfers of the first 4 Greg films. Also, seems really be divided a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. I can't speak to that. I don't know if that's the case or not. I don't know.
Yeah. Willow Yang, collecting physical media's part of Dieter's personality, though. Why would J-Law fall in love with Dieter if she hates physical media? Okay. Tim Hens, we probably answered this 3 weeks ago. Is Free Enterprise autobiographical about Rob? In most parts, I would say yes. You know.
Yes.
And considering the car driving scene, Tim Hens says Rob's version of Cronenberg's Crash, sex in a car. You know. And Willow said that should have been in the movie. Yes, Willow, and the story should have been there too.
Well, I have to say though that about Free Enterprise, I would call Free Enterprise a roman à clef, and that is a French term which means novel with a key, and it is a novel about real life events that is overlaid with a facade of fiction.
Okay.
So there you go.
Terje Tiberius Morg, my friend, is here. Deeter is such a good advocate for the Hunger Games. I think he deserves a date with J-Law. Okay.
Yep.
And then I've got what we talked about, Tanker, but we were more not looking at the live chat, Googling what movie we were looking for.
Sure.
Todd Michael Janisiewski said, odd question, but why would anybody really want a folded up poster? Yeah, it's swag that you actually not really.
Well,
need,
I'll tell you something though.
Okay.
You know, movie posters up until 1984 were all folded. They had a vertical fold down the middle and 2 horizontal folds. They were basically folded into 6 pieces. And that was because movie posters were created by the National Screen Service Corporation. And it wasn't until 84 when the studios started creating their own material. And then you could get posters rolled. So the idea, like I have to tell you, in your Emmanuel box set that you sent me, they have recreated
you showed it last week.
movie posters, and they are the actual movie standard. They're called one sheets. The original size for a one sheet was 27 inches by 41 inches. And that was with a white 1/2-inch border around the edge. Then the rolled posters were changed to be 26 by 40. And that's what the standard movie poster size is now, usually. But they were folded. That Emmanuel set comes with like 4 one sheets, recreations that are amazing.
Awesome! You like the set.
Love it.
I was when you showed it set, I thought, should I really have that given away, that set?
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Paul Nolan looked up Beast Clawing at Straws. I showed it reviews. So impressed, I have to see it, and I bought it on streaming for a Schnäppchen on iTunes. So Paul, let me know in the comments, what did you thought of Beasts Clawing at Straws?
Yep.
Chuck Keyworth, fruit on bread isn't pizza. Okay, we established that. And we got a little bit. I got a little bit of flack when Rob told me you won't go out to the big cinema to see Lawrence of Arabia or old classics. And Victor Fontaine said, "Deeter, same. If I had the Blu-ray, I'm watching it at home. You know." Lord Toth, I agree with you. Okay. And Zachary P., who asked the question, who did and went to see Silence of the Lambs in theaters, he said, I will add that there were 3 of us in the whole theater. And that is probably the reason why they don't do that many shows of older stuff, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And Rob, one of the last things I would really, a little bit just the German box office. Like I told you, 007 is really driving like there is no COVID at all. It has 3 times the attendance that Dune has, and almost, let me just check, I believe 8 times the attendance that Shang-Chi has. So
wow.
007 is driving here like crazy. Like there is no COVID. It's around 5 million viewers.
Well, you know, Germans apparently think there is no time to die.
Actually, please, I'm really surprised at that. It's the most successful movie in Germany this year. Considering No Time to Die, you wouldn't think there was COVID at all. Okay.
Nope.
Oma94 asked Willow Yang, "Did you see Dune? I saw it, but did not like it." Oma94. Willow Yang, "Yes, I watched it on HBO Max. I liked the movie, but did not love it." And Willow did go a little bit further. "I really like the cinematography, special effects, and the world building and mythology. I didn't really care all that much for the characters, though." Well, Willow, That was one of my little problems. 2. Victor Fontaine, With You Here, Willow, a good movie, but not an epic must-see.
Okay.
Okay, Rob.
What can you do?
What can you
Understand.
do? Those were the live chats. The live chats from probably combined.
We
from
caught up.
us.
I mean, we can't stay.
caught up.
Yeah, caught up. All good.
Correct.
So, does
So?
this mean we come to the end?
From my perspective, yes, Rob, because in 5 hours I have to get up to work.
Oh my God.
to
Well,
to do
then-
normal work, unfortunately.
well, then we can end our show. I want to thank everybody. We got to the end. Well, actually, I will. How about I let you go and I try and call George?
Yeah, you can do that. So I hope, people, this was triumphant enough for you, because
I would say this is
put the
very
pressure on me.
triumphant.
Put the pressure on me to be a triumphant return.
Yeah.
I hope I fulfilled all that. Rob can do George or go outside. I don't know what the shenanigans outside of his place is. And I will say goodbye to you until the next week, where I probably will not have this many titles to
Right.
show. Like
Well, let's just end the show here. I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to end it without you. So I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank everyone who's generously supported the channel via super chats and tips. And I want to thank my moderators. I want to thank Justin Toner, who is here, Brian Hepburn,
Yeah.
who is here, Lord Toth, who is here. Everyone, thank you so much. Very much appreciated. And yeah, we will be back next week with another episode of Let's Get Physical Media.
Physical media.
All right. Have a better day. You know what? That's all we can ask. So thank you all very much. And there he is, the Schnäppchen Hunter.